You see the logo, baby. You know what that means. Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, only the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. I mean, we talking about safe, secure, and reliable, man. And what better time to get involved with DraftKings than right now? Because the NFL season is back, baby. Your favorite team or teams, depending on who you are back in action. And what better way to watch it than to add a little, personal incentives to the experience, baby. But we already know whenever we talking about DraftKings, we come bearing gifts. So for my new customers, I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you, that newbie, that first timer. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, and when you do that, you make your first bet $5. You're going to get $300 instantly in bonus bets, along with $200 off of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. I mean, what are we talking about, baby? You don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. The promo code is right there. It is Moats. But we also know that sometimes you get lost in the sauce, man. It might create a gambling problem. And if that's the case, and you live in, New York, it's a number that you could text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. This NFL Top 100. All right, we officially got the conclusion of said list. And I did want to finally take some time to acknowledge where my guy is at. All right, I'm talking TJ Watt. It's the only guy I cared about on the list. All right, it was long list people. It was some people that didn't get on the list. All right, some people have some grievances. We'll talk about those. But for me personally, this is the name I was waiting to see. TJ Watt. The NFL's formerly the NFL's highest paid non-quarterback. Yeah, we obviously know that has changed. Shout out to Mike Parsons. Yeah. But he formerly was. He's the number 2 highest paid non-quarterback in the history of NFL. All right, so shout out to my dog. But slightly upset that my man is not top 10 on said list. Yeah, let's talk about that. So for the homie TJ Watt, man, he did get the number 11th spot on the NFL Top 100 players for 2025, right? So some of the people that were in that top 20 range, right? I'm just going to read the top 20. Amon-Ra St. Brown was at 20. Jalen Hurts was at 19. You had Derek Stingley Jr. at 18. You had Dexter Lawrence with the Giants at 17. Fred Warner at 16. At 15, Jared Goff. So TJ's in front of some pretty daggone good players, right? Trey Hendrickson is at 14. We know he led the NFL in sacks over in Cincinnati with 17 and a half of those things. Penei Sewell, he had at 13. Then at 12, Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs. So TJ Watt being at 11, we see some pretty significant names that he is in front of. So I do like that part. We obviously know last year for TJ, man, by his standards, injustice standards, because this is career years for some other people, man. I'll tell you that from the heart. But TJ Watt last year, man, 17 games, 61 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 11 and a half sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. So still a crazy productive season when you're talking outside linebackers. And trust me, man, you go look around the league, man, not a lot of dudes got better stat lines than that. But we obviously know TJ, we don't compare him to anybody. We say he's the best. So rightfully so, we at times are a little bit more critical of his numbers and the way in which those numbers come about in terms of the flow of it than other players at times, man. But the thing they did say about TJ in terms of the write-up, they said Watt became the highest paid non-quarterback in the league just a few weeks ago when the Steelers gave him obviously the 3-year, $123 million extension. And it's no wonder Pittsburgh was willing to shell out the money for a player who's been as important to their defense's success as Watt has. Other than his injury-shortened 2022 season, Watt has finished with at least 11 sacks every year since his second season. That is crazy. When you're talking about consistency, when you're talking about production, when you're talking about availability, this dude is the gold standard, man. All right. Obviously, we know in 2021, or excuse me, did I mess up? Oh, he says, on top of the 11 sacks, or at least 11 sacks every single year since the second season. He's also been riding a 7 consecutive Pro Bowl nods streak as well. And obviously that speaks to his consistency and widely accepted status as one of the best pass rushers in the league right now. Don't just say in the league. Don't minimize that. We talking about the world, Craig. The world. TJ is one of the best in the world. Period. Don't play with that, man. But from there, the 2021 Defensive Player of the Year, who got snubbed multiple times after that, has finished top 5 in voting for the category on 4 occasions, excluding his winning year, and has led the league in sacks 3 times. Just for those that, have only done it like once. He's done it 3 times. Not once, not twice, 3. Just in case y'all ain't know. I know some other pass rushers that, fancy themselves as the best, but they ain't done it 3 times. That's all I'm saying. So, anywho, there's no understating how much of an impact presence Watt has for his team and the league, earning him the spot just outside the top 10. Now, like I said, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of them not being in the top 10, but we'll do what we're supposed to do, which is do due diligence, right? Let's just tap in real quickly, and we will see if I can get to that page real quick. The official top 10 of the NFL top 100 players. All right. So let me pull them up. All right, here's the rest of the list. And that's the thing too, man. Shout out to the NFL. They don't want to make it easy on you, right? They say, oh, y'all are content creators. Well, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you two separate links. All right. This one for these players, click another one for these players. It's all good. We ain't sure, baby. I got multiple browsers for folks like you. So let's get it. But in the top 10, as much as I wanted him to be the highest ranked defender, unfortunately, he's not. They have Pat Surtain the second at the 10th spot, which is kind of crazy too, because he obviously is the reigning defensive player of the year right now. So, no, a little different. But from there, man, Justin Jefferson they have at 9. Shout out to JJ. You already know what time he on. They have Myles Garrett at 8. 3 spots ahead of Dagon TJ Watt. Let me just, all right, I'm gonna keep reading through, and then we'll get back to why they got Myles a little bit higher than TJ. All right, let's tap into that. But at number 7, you got Derrick Henry on the list. At number 6, Joe Burrow. I ain't even hating on Joe Cool, man. All right, shout out to Joe Shiesty, man. At number 5, Pat Mahomes. At number 4, Jamar Chase. At number 3, they got the league MVP. You talk about some snub going on right here. Some snubbing stuff going on right here now. They got the league MVP at 3 on the list, Josh Allen. We ain't going to get on that today. At number 2, Lamar Jackson. Shout out to Lamar. All right. And then at number 1, it's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Saquon. It's Saquon, man. It's Saquon. Come on, shout out to Saquon Barkley, man. The number 1 rated player on the NFL top 100 players list, man. So shout out to Saquon Barkley, man. An absolute dog. We obviously know what he did this season, man. 2K on the ground, man. Went and just exploded on the scene in Philadelphia, Super Bowl champion as well, led the charge. Tip our cap to him, though, man. Definitely tip our cap to him, man. No hate at all there, but definitely a little bit surprised with his top 10. All right, so let's just see what they got with Myles Garrett. They say we're Myles Garrett. I'm going to take a sip of this Gatorade Fire, get this foolishness, too. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe while we at it, though. So, Myles Garrett, they say, regarded as the NFL's Superman. Who regards him as the NFL Superman? I ain't never heard that. Maybe that's just us. Y'all tell me. I don't know. NFL Superman. That's what they calling that man. They say Garrett stands as the top 100's top-rated defender for the 2nd consecutive year. The Browns' star pass rusher notched a pair of 3 sack performances to support his 7th consecutive season of 10 sacks or more, which is tied as the 3rd longest streak in NFL history. Earning his 4th All-Pro nod within the last 5 seasons, Garrett also eclipsed the 100-sack milestone in 2024. It took you long enough. Dang, TJ, we waiting. TJ been waiting on you for a while now. Come on, man. He says, becoming the first player in NFL history to reach the mark before his 29th birthday. Oh, excuse me. We're doing birthdays now. All right, I say you do it. Tying Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. You know where Bruce from. The Crib 757 legend. Shout out to Bruce Smith. As the fourth fastest to reach the mark in 115 games. Fourth fastest. I wonder who's ahead of him. Garrett's 8th season saw more than him, just continuing his reputation as one of the NFL's most feared pass rushers. However, the hulking 6'4", 272-pounder is beginning to morph into a defensive lineman who can wreak havoc wherever he lines up. Highlighting his 2024 with a blocked field goal that turned into a defensive score and a league-leading 22 tackles for a loss, a number that shows Garrett is not just a pass rushing expert. Firmly in the prime of his career, Garrett became one of the league's highest paid defenders this past offseason and continues to grow his legend in Cleveland as one of the best number 1 overall picks of the millennium. That's a heck of a write-up, boy. That's a heck of a write-up. But yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out who's calling this man Superman. Can we start that first? They call that man Superman? No, buddy, we ain't going for that now, all right? And everything that they highlighting about that, man, it's like, yo, TJ's already done that. That's why they had to go the age route, because it's like, yo, you can't go off of games played because TJ already done that, man. Didn't cut that. We ain't waiting that long. Shout out to TJ, man. So that's for me the reason why I would have had TJ higher. The other part was this. Like I said, man, with Pat Surtain being the reigning defensive player of the year, I just think it's kind of crazy to have another player that plays defense be higher rated than the reigning defense player of the year. I get the MVP part, and that was the other part. But when we talk offense, I'm like, man, it's all well and good about the Lamar effect, but one person won the MVP, one person did not. How is the person that did not rated higher than the MVP? And then it's like, okay, Saquon being the number 1 player, I'm all for that because I thought Saquon had a just insane season. We obviously know the history and the build up to it and everything that transpired in the offseason. But for a running back to do what he did, that was why he even got MVP consideration, Offensive Player of the Year, and everything included. Obviously, we saw the big contract he got as well. But those are definitely the things to me, man, where I was just like, I thought that part, that would have had, to me, TJ in that top 10. I'm personally switching Myles Garrett out. Myles could be at 11. All right, put Myles at 11, put TJ at 8, and we good. Actually, I would like him a little higher than that. But if that's where you want to leave him at, and then you do all the offensive and the quarterback stuff like that, top 5, I'm cool. But to me, I just don't agree with Myles being 3 spots higher than TJ. Like I said, if you want to do Pat Surtain because he did win the DPOY this year, cool. But outside of that, I ain't really feeling that, man. But you guys let me know your thoughts, though, man. How y'all feeling, man? Hey, look, and it does matter to us because as players, yeah, we take it personal. We always see it. People talk about it all the time. Or we try to minimize it, man. I ain't worry about that like we do Pro Bowl until we say what? He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. Oh, it don't matter. Yeah, it do. When them contracts hit, they're shy. It might not matter to you. It matters. It definitely matters. And that's why there is the coverage around it. And that's why also the players participate in it. It's voted on by the players, man. Right? We talk about the All Pros. We talk about Pro Bowls and how everybody gets their version of what they're doing. But everybody is doing it. Why? Because we all care. We all know we matter. And that's why we try to minimize it when we don't get the guys where we wanted to be at. But instead of minimizing it, I say debate it, critique it, talk about why. That's my approach to it, baby. So that's why I feel like how I feel, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man, how you guys feel about TJ Watt being the 11th rated player on the NFL top 100 players list. All right, let's get it. And of course, like I said, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel.